What's up, AfterBuzz family? It's time for another after show for sex education. We have broken promises, truths being revealed, and what may be my vagina. Coming up next.
You're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Know what I mean? Let's do the wild thing.
I
feel like that little.
Yeah. Wow, dang. Wow, dang. What? Yes.
Yes.
Hey.
Wow.
Hey. But what's up, AfterBuzzers? We're back again talking about sex education. So much went on in these episodes 5 and 6. I mean, it's just so much to even talk about. We have the It's My Vagina for Ruby, even going into Maeve and Jackson's relationship. We're finally seeing them reach a new stage that I was not expecting.
Yeah.
And then we see Eric's intense storyline. So before we dive in, I'm Imani Jackson, and I am sitting with
Katie Thompson. Hello, everybody.
Hi, AfterBuzzers. I am Taquaila Jackson.
Yes. And so we're missing Yasmin today, but we miss her. We miss you, girl. But what are you guys' overall thoughts of these two episodes?
I feel like it's taken a different route than I had expected it to go. Everything that I thought that was going to happen has totally not happened, which I kind of like in a show, but it's not how I wanted it to go. But I am enjoying the ride of where it's going. How do you feel?
I think this one kind of brought my emotions for the show down a little bit to see what happened to Eric.
Yeah.
That was really, really hurtful, but it's also so prime and relevant right now in our society, I think, which has made it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
But I also am intrigued by Maeve's brother. I want him to stay around a little bit, hopefully when, so I didn't binge the whole show yet. I'm just on everyone 5 and 6, but hopefully he does come back after he asks her for money and then walks out or whatever. Hopefully he does come back and he stays around for a little bit. And I like how he bonded with Jackson. And I think that may have helped Maeve open up a little more. But again, I'm interested in to see where they take their turn too. I'm not ready for Otis and Maeve yet. Hold on until season 2 or something.
Okay.
But
yeah, I can see that.
Okay, that's interesting. And I think I'm relating with Katie on this. I feel as though everything that I had expected to happen has not happened, especially as far as Maeve and Jackson. Was not expecting their relationship to become a little comforting thing. She's finding comfort in him.
Yeah.
But just starting off, there was a lot of interesting moments in these episodes. We have the "It's My Vagina" for Ruby.
Yeah.
So as women, what were you guys' feelings watching that moment and seeing so many people actually have her back without even knowing it was her?
Yeah, I wish in my high school there were more girls like that would unite when bullying and stuff like that happened, because I dealt with it. I have a lot of friends that dealt with slut shaming and stuff like that. So to see them kind of stand up so that she didn't feel bad when it came out was really heartwarming to me. So I really enjoyed that. And it was also comical to watch the headmaster of the school squirm as they all got up and said, "It's my vagina." So how about you?
So I'm going to backtrack a little bit. When they were sitting and talking to Otis and Maeve, who was the other friend? I can't remember. The two girls on the couch. I'll get to the in one moment. I'm going to have to look it up. Not Amy. It'll come back to me in 1 second.
Okay.
But she was trying to get help to say that, help hide the picture before it comes out. And the friend is like, well, I'm the one that sent it out because I wanted you to feel how mean you are to everyone else.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pivotal moment for her to kind of humble herself and be like, okay, I see, I'm going through it now. I'm anxiety ridden. I'm sad. I don't want this to come out and embarrass me. So I'm sorry. But she still was so careless and so rude and just walked out. So I kind of, at that point, I wanted the picture to come out so she can maybe feel the totality of what everyone else feels from her. Like a mean girl, you know? But then when it turned around, everyone else started standing up. I was like, see, that's girl power. I loved it. And then even when Jackson stood up, it was like, I have a vagina. And the principal was like, no, I don't think it's not possible for you to have a vagina.
You don't have a vagina I don't have a vagina.
I thought that was so interesting as well, because it also, you seen Adam had his moment where he kind of flashed the whole school, and then we see Ruby having her moment where, I mean, no one knows it's her, but, the popular kids are getting exposed, but it still brings some type of it brings the human component. Like, even the most popular people have insecurities, and especially when it comes to women and their vagina. Like, men have their complications with their penises and stuff, but so do women. We have our own problems with vaginas, especially during this time. I came across a meme that was like shaming a woman for having an outer
labia.
Yes. And it's like
everybody's got it.
Yes.
Like one's hanging lower than the other. It happens. It's okay, girl. It's fine. We normal. We good.
Exactly. We're all good. But speaking of Ruby's situation with the It's My Vagina and her nudes leaking, we see Maeve come around and it hit a soft spot for her.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that? Like, as far as Maeve actually helping someone who disrespects her on a daily.
I think we didn't understand why she was doing it until she really explained like how much it had happened to her and how it was just because she didn't want to kiss somebody, and he said, oh, well, she gave me a blowjob and bit me, which never even happened. So, and like, that's how that rumor started. And so she didn't want to see that happen to another person. So I love that. And that's why I love Maeve.
And I think that was very big, very mature of her to take in that consideration and to not take her money for that reason. Because I don't think, it appears that Maeve has been strong enough to deal with the rumors about her, true or not. But I don't think Ruby would have been as strong. And she's more about her popularity and her image. And I think that kind of would have been the weakness of her, maybe the downfall of her and her self-esteem. So I like the way Maeve did take that under control.
Yeah, I feel the same way as far as with Maeve. I've been learning a lot about forgiveness, guys. I'm learning, I'm trying. And so to see Maeve like actually have that compassion towards someone who was just so nasty and even kind of remained nasty for the most part was really interesting. And so while we're speaking about Maeve, let's get into Maeve and Jackson's relationship, because now they're taking a complete new stage in their life. Maeve takes Jackson to her home. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
So how do you guys feel about the whole interaction between Maeve and Jackson's lesbian mothers?
You go first. I'm taking all the first ones.
Well, because that gives me time to think. You're
okay.
If you already have a thought, go ahead.
Okay, I'll take it then. The wine thing was interesting to me, how they kept saying, like, did you not tell her that we didn't drink wine? I liked her outfit. I liked that she dressed up a little bit. I get that when you're meeting the parents, you want to look nice. I felt sad for her when she felt so overwhelmed that she ran out, because, I mean, we've all been there. We've all felt like, oh my gosh, I can't handle this. I don't want to be here anymore. But it was great to see her open up to him and take him to her house and like tell him, all the reasons that she was helping her with the photo and all of that stuff. So it was good to see her be vulnerable for a second, which we don't see a lot. We just, like you said, see her being strong all the time.
I was misconstrued, I guess. I thought she ran out more so just because she wasn't like having fun. She wasn't herself, so she wanted to help Otis with what was going on with the girls, not for the simple fact that she felt uncomfortable.
But wasn't she questioning like going anyway?
I felt like she felt very uncomfortable the way she was sitting at the table, because she's just so like two moms. She kind of was mentioning that fact, like, well, I come from a pretty normal family. I remember her saying normal,
which she has to be lying,
was a lie.
because
she ended up telling him that.
So clearly she's a little uncomfortable because she's lying and she's not. But I mean, I can also be wrong.
Well, maybe she meant normal as far as like mom, dad, even though the dad.
No, she ended up saying they were accountants.
Yeah, I feel like she was totally just
you're right,
like, I just don't want you to know what really happened, which we ultimately learn when she tells Jackson later.
But I think the later part is what made me feel better for her, because in that moment, I guess she was still self-conscious about what was going on.
Yeah.
And then she turns out to tell Jackson her honest truth, and then he reveals hers to him, so she knows that the walls are broken down and he's not as perfect as she thinks he is, which I think, now that you say that, okay, could be the reason why she left out, because
he's opening up about his panic attacks and all of them, the vomiting and
stuff.
And
she sees this nice house that she's walking into, the road that she has to take to get there, the parents that seem to be happy and loving, and they love their golden child, and you see all of that and you think, no, that's not right. And I think she kind of did it out of anger a little bit. She was like, well, let's go see where I live, because she thought that might have changed Jackson's mind about her. So she's self-reflecting her emotions, trying to push them on Jackson to I feel like underlying, she doesn't think she's good enough for him still.
Yeah.
So yeah, when he ends up telling her about his issues, I think that was breaks the wall for both of them.
Yeah, and it's interesting. I love that he opened up about his mental illness because that's also another big thing that's just like becoming very, aware in society. So that was really interesting to me. Do you think that this makes her like Jackson way more and this pushes Otis out of the picture?
Well, we saw a lot of them. We saw their moment together where he, they almost like, and then he tells her like, I'm a virgin, So it's like we see that there's still that connection there, but we also see that, I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
I think she gets from Otis because she feels like she is his peer on the same level as just being outcast, because Jackson's not. So I feel like she gets that. She's more comfortable with him because she can confide in him. She don't think she will be judged as highly as she would be coming from Jackson. But from Jackson, she does get like the playfulness, the joy, the sex from him and those things. So I think they both serve different needs right now. But I think, like I said, I just kind of want to see more progression of her and Jackson for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting you say that because he is that comfort zone. Otis is that comfort zone for Maeve because, who went to the abortion clinic for her? It was Otis. So why do you think that Maeve didn't kiss Otis? Or, he did break it up, but they still had that moment to solidify the kiss.
Because she really likes him as a friend, and I don't think she's had many of those. So I think she's trying to tread lightly and keep it friendly. But then also too because she's a little bit more advanced than he is, and I think he's still curious about a lot of things, which we've seen in the 6th episode. But I think it comes to that. I don't think she wants to ruin the one good, consistent, honest person in her life right now.
And I think she's smart enough to know that if he's blurting out "I'm a virgin" really loudly right before they touch lips, then maybe he's not completely ready for that step. So she's like, okay, I'm gonna wait a second. So.
I could see some complications happening. Even when Otis was trying to, I don't know, I still think Otis needs a professional freak to help him out because he didn't get anywhere with, what is her name?
She's I love her.
It's
the
not
one that,
Lily,
right.
is it?
It might be
It is Lily.
Yes, love her.
It wasn't working with Lily.
No, but her dance with those condoms, I loved it so much.
Her aggression makes me think she has, I don't know, watched enough porn or research she's done to feel like she can get in there and get it done or at least guide him. Like, I thought this was going to be a good match for him until we see that his head is not in the game because he walks in on his dad and was with another woman having sex, so that has traumatized him. So now we understand. But I just thought Lily was I thought she was gonna be the one for him. I really did.
I didn't.
It was
too awkward.
It was
always awkward.
It did. Now it makes a little more sense as to why he's so messed up in the head to see all because we go back in time and like we see him tell his mom like why was dad with another like naked woman, and then you see him on the stairs and watching them fight. So it's like everything that his life has been around has been like sex related, and then one part of it is hurting his mom. His mom's a sex therapist. Oh, it's a mess, Otis. I'm understanding,
but
you know?
I loved how they put that together because the mother did mention to him, like, sex can bring a lot of pain. And we're seeing that because even from the beginning, we wondered, why is his mother the way that she is? Why does she keep sex? Like, this is just sex. I don't need commitment. I don't need any of that. And then now we're seeing the son go through his own turmoils. And for the father to just be so not aware that this is even happening, that he caused all of this stuff. And so speaking of the father and how much damage he has caused, what do you guys think about the advice that he gave Otis when he said sex is like skydiving, you just gotta jump?
I feel like that's not the best advice for like your kid if he's not ready. Like maybe ask him like, hey, do you feel like you're ready?
Period.
Yeah,
for your
like
kid, period.
Do you feel like you're ready? Do you have any questions? Is there anything that I can help you with? I feel like that is probably helpful for the first time, not making him feel like more of a loser and go ahead and rip off the Band-Aid. It's time to go ahead and get this done because what are you waiting for? Because it's so great. That's not, I mean, clearly he's not, ready for it. And
With that question, I wish it would have came from his mother instead, because she would have took a more open approach to see where he's coming from, why he's feeling this way, what's making him think that he needs to have sex now, or how to go about it maybe more comfortably for him and safe, rather than just the father saying skydive and just jump in it and go, because he tried to jump in it and it didn't go and he ended up having a panic attack.
Right.
Yeah.
So first of all, it's just not a question that I think I mean, not the question, but the advice that any father should give to their son. But it did just see how the effect it had on him, and now what's going to happen thereafter. Is he still going to try to go at it? Is he going to be comfortable and just being a virgin and wait for the person to come? Like, what is that going to do? And what did this trauma that may follow him with Lily, how will that continue to go on? And I hope Lily doesn't get it out to the rest of the school that he's a virgin, because then that lacks his credibility.
She's so nice, though.
I hope she won't.
Right?
I don't think
She's
so.
not
The way
that
she
type.
ran after Eric,
Yeah.
I think she would be comfortable keeping his secret.
Right,
But
I believe so too. And I wonder, why did he feel comfortable to go to his father than his mother? Because he lives with his mother, and he knows that his mom is like, what's going on?
Well, I feel like when she's just so like pressuring and like constantly asking him like how he's feeling and all of that, it makes him not want to go to her as much. It would make me not want to go to somebody as much, so I would imagine that's it.
I agree. She's a little too overbearing, a little too in his information, in his personal life, to where he's not ready to open up and give her when she wants it. It's during his time, and so he's not there yet. I think once he does, he'll start opening up more, though.
Okay, well, Katie, you could let us know where we could open up and watch some shows.
Absolutely. Hey guys, so before we move on to our next topic, we just wanted to say thank you for making us the ESPN of TV Talk. For us to continue to grow, we could use your help. If you're on YouTube right now, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. And if you are on YouTube, if you're on iTunes, please give us a 5-star rating. But no matter where you are, leave us a comment so you can get involved in the conversation. Being a part of AfterBuzz TV has meant so much to all of us, and we truly appreciate you for supporting us and doing what we love. So don't forget to tell your friends and keep enjoying our shows.
Yes, thank you, Katie.
You
and
got it.
we really appreciate the views, guys, the comments. Really participate in the live chat. You never know, we may shout you out and share something interesting. So give us those, subscriptions. Subscribe.
Those stars.
Yes, 5 stars.
Yes.
Okay, so while we were talking about the fathers, I think it was very interesting that we also got some fatherly advice from Eric's dad.
Yes.
So Eric's father told Eric.
Yes. Eric.
I don't know the dad's name right now, but he told him, you have to toughen up if you want to live like this. So how do you feel about that? Was that an appropriate advice to give his son, who is going through so much, these, changes and having to deal with society and their perspectives of...
I feel like his dad is always coming from a good place, so I always am like somewhat rooting for the dad, because I feel like deep down he is trying, but he just is trying to protect him from his mom and from society and from all of this different stuff. So I feel like that advice is good, but the way that he took it is probably not what his dad meant. Yeah.
I feel like it's his approach and how he says it. It's the tone and manner in which he says it. I don't feel like the compassion, the love, the safety, security behind his words. But I do think his statement is true. Quite honestly, you have to have tough, thick skin. And it just seems hard for them to separate who Eric is and see his son still be comfortable. He seems like the outcast within his own family. And we got to see his mother finally, which is great, but he still just seemed like the outcast. So I just want him to be included in somewhere, school, work, group, somewhere in part of his life.
Yeah, he definitely seems like the outcast, because noticing when they were even praying, he was just not feeling it. And did you guys peep the Black Jesus?
I think I did peep the Black Jesus,
I peeped the
but
Black
I think
Jesus.
when they were praying, it's because he was still angered and hurt from being beat up. So I don't think he included himself in that part, because maybe he was disappointed at God that it happened to him, or just lost his faith just because of what happened.
I also think that he said earlier in the show that he's like not religious, and it was a thing. So I remember that being a thing too, because when I saw it, I was like, oh yeah, that's right. You're not a fan, so you don't pray with the fam, and they don't like that.
Right.
Okay. But yeah.
But I also agree with you guys on the point of his father, because I think he comes from a good place. Well, Taquaila, you said you don't really feel that compassion, but I think that this is probably a new experience for him, and he doesn't know how to really handle it. And I feel like with him telling him to toughen up, that's really him saying, like, you really got to toughen up. You see, like, he got beat up.
Yeah.
And that was just
Gosh.
so horrible.
Not only does he get beat up, he gets his coat stolen too. And what a
Yes.
fabulous coat, and his wallet's in it, and his phone is in it. And when he walked away, I was just like, oh no. And then he's walking home, and it's dark, and it was just, my heart. I get so much anxiety, just like so much, and it's so sad, you know?
I had so much anxiety as well, but I thought that he was going to be left alone after the first two guys because they kind of just like, left or whatever.
Right.
And then the other guys come. So how do you guys feel about that? Like, how did that make you feel? Because I felt so much emotion, especially with, we just had, the Empire star.
Jussie Smollett.
Yeah, he just got attacked. So
Right. I
it's
think
so serious right now.
something that was sad too is that when the car pulls up, they say like, "Hey, pretty lady." So already they're going to harass whoever it is, and then it turns out that it's not a woman, and they say, "Okay, well, show me your penis." And then he doesn't, and then they get out, and it needs to be stopped, but there's no way to do anything about it, and it's really sad.
So when I was watching it, start off from you a little bit, where they pull up and they say, "Hey, pretty lady," because they see somebody from behind that they think you want us to do it. First of all, I don't like this catcalling period.
Yeah,
in
no,
our nature.
it happens
I don't
so
like
much.
any of that
Yeah.
period. And so then they find out, they hear him say it, and it's like, oh, he's a man. So then it's that
A different story.
rude mark.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of their ego. You thought it was a woman. You didn't get to find out who that person was from the front and vision for yourself.
Yeah.
So then now you're mad at yourself for technically hitting or cooing at a man. And I think that's what was more of the problem, to which they put their hands on Eric for that reason. It had nothing to do with Eric. So
Okay.
that's the part that angers me.
Yeah.
Because people can't see within
that male
themselves
ego.
and
I didn't
not
see it
without.
from that way.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
And I also think it's how it's interesting that they show you the first one. It's like the guy that's like, "Oh, it's your birthday," and like and then
Mine
they have
too,
that fun
hey.
moment,
Yeah.
and he gives him a shot, and it's like, "Oh, okay, cool. Like maybe this is gonna be okay."
Yeah.
And then it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just really sad. Like,
Yeah.
wow, this really goes on in real life, though.
Oh, yeah.
But what I really appreciated about this Eric storyline is that they didn't just give him the stereotypical black best friend. He actually has his own life that he's dealing with.
Yeah.
And so we're kind of seeing Otis kind of broke the promise on meeting him. So
I was so disappointed.
I was really disappointed in Otis.
Yeah, so was I.
So, any other thoughts on that, Taquaila? Or
I love I loved his outfit for Hedwig. When I saw him coming out in that, I was like, "Oh, Otis, if I couldn't love you more, you're in drag for your friend. I just
Yes.
couldn't love it more." But that was what, yeah.
So I didn't get mad at Otis until Eric was abused, because I felt like if it was the two of them, two's greater than one, and they might not have been abused in that manner, or they might have just been taunted and the people would have drove off. So I didn't get mad until that point, because he was by himself. It so happened somebody took his coat, which ended up having his keys in his wallet. He was helpless,
Yeah.
But at first I was just looking at him like he's about to make this stupid decision, because your attraction for a girl is going to be more than wanting to help out your friends sometimes. I've even had that in my own personal life.
Yeah.
So it's at first I was just like, he's just gonna, miss the bus, miss the next bus, and Maeve kind of guilt trips him, and he doesn't want to
Yeah.
disappoint Maeve. So then that's why he leaves and ends up standing up Eric.
But then he says to Maeve, like, "You only, you only want to see me when you need me." And
After he found out why, and now his feelings are a little hurt because she didn't need him in the way he wants her to need him.
Yeah, but I was definitely disappointed in Otis choosing Maeve over, Eric, and it's his birthday.
And it's their ritual. They've done it since they were 9.
Exactly, and
Yeah.
that's what I was super disappointed in him. So come on, Otis, I know better.
at the same time, Otis is living his own life, and he is trying to figure out, his feelings and how to please himself, or if he can please himself, or if he's even interested. So I kind of felt for Otis as well, because it's like, well, he's living his life.
But hang out with Maeve another time, though.
Exactly.
Like, it's
But
Eric's birthday.
Exactly. I feel that too. And then it's like, I don't know if Maeve was kind of taking advantage of that. What do you think? Because she walked from the bus stop with that smirk. Like,
She knows what she's doing.
She heard him running up.
Yeah.
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 she's like, he knows.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we're seeing, obviously, Otis is going to need a new friend because him and Eric, they're no longer, friends. I thought it was really nice that Eric felt safe at Otis's home.
Well, for so
versus-
long.
Yeah.
Until and
So
then,
I'm like,
yeah.
wow, that was really interesting. But okay, so talking about the friendship and Otis is gonna need a new friend.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about Ola and Otis relationship developing?
The introduction stressed me out with that stealing stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, he's too nervous. He's not going to do this. Why is Maeve making him do this? I started to not love Maeve as much in this episode, like watching her do, like, kind of like manipulate Otis a little bit into like, and I know that she's like, oh, just have some fun. If I don't want to steal something, I'm not going to steal something. Like, come on. But then it like falls out and she's, But I liked how when he walked up, he was like, you are a man and now you are not. I laughed out loud for that. I was like, that is so funny.
What about you, Taquaila?
I like Ola. I think I said it last week that I think she's going to be the one to, what did you say? You need an experience freak or something of those words along the way? I think she's going to be the one to help him come outside of his head and be more in tune with his body. I don't think they're going to be the first two to have sex together, but I think she's going to help loosen him up and get comfortable with his body and maybe have an orgasm or wank off, what they usually say on the show, which I
Wank
just
off.
love.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I like her. I can't wait for her to come in a little more. And her father either. I think they're both going to be a force of nature for Otis and his mother.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think she's been had her guard up for so long too, maybe because of what had happened with her ex, Otis's father. But Jacob, thank you, Jacob. Ola's mother, I was like,
don't
shoot,
thank
what is
me.
his name?
I
What is his
couldn't
name?
think of it either. I'm like the plumber.
Yeah,
Jacob
that's what I
is
call him.
breaking her down bit by bit too. And once they started about the sexual attraction and the
Yeah,
pheromones
pheromones.
and all of that, I was like, yeah, get her, Jacob.
I don't
get
know
her.
how I'm smelling the pheromones through my TV.
I
'cause I'm
know.
like,
Yes.
Jacob is
Yes,
daddy
yeah.
material. What? Yes, I'm loving Jacob.
But I like Ola for Otis. I think they'll
Yeah.
be good friends.
Yeah, I'm definitely seeing a friendship. I don't know who said it last week, but I don't see a relationship happening between the two. But I think that she's going to offer that comfort for him. And just like she seems so free and just so calm. She works, she handles her business, she takes care of her dad, drives him everywhere because he, speeding and stuff.
Why
so.
am I not a fan of her?
No?
No.
What is it that you don't like?
I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. her character. I'm just like,
What about it?
I
Is
feel
it-
like maybe because I've been rooting for Otis and Maeve for so long that I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I don't want anything coming between what I have been in my mind trying to make happen here. But then again, maybe Maeve is not the best for Otis with the way that she was treating him in these episodes. So, I don't know.
That could be why. I can understand that,
But
yeah.
I think that's why.
Wow. And so now I'm thinking I just had this thought back into the playlist because you have a special segment where you're going to be showing us the
my
playlist.
gosh, yes.
So while Otis and Lily cannot get their playlist together, what should they have been playing?
Oh yes, is it time for the special segment?
It is time for the special segment.
So I have got the top 10 songs to have sex to, according to Spotify. Oh yes, get us ready
Set
with
the
that
mood.
sexy
Let us know.
saxophone. Oh, hey,
and we are sure that R. Kelly is not on here.
No, R.
right?
Kelly is not on here, thank goodness. So none of that. And a lot of these, I have no idea. So let's get into it. Number 1, should I start with 10 or 1? You guys decide.
Ooh, let's do 10.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
Let's build up.
Let's see what we know.
Yes.
Taquaila, you looking like you know something over there.
I'm just excited.
So we've got number 10, Love Yours with a Z by J. Cole.
Oh yeah, but I don't
Am
know
I
about
gonna be
sex
having
to that.
sex?
No, it's a
To
great
J.
song. It's a
Cole?
great song, but I don't know about sex to that one.
Like, imagine throwing it back to J. Cole.
Yeah.
Somebody's doing it.
Nah.
Number 9, we've got Swimming Pools Drank by Kendrick Lamar.
Now the remix, y'all. Let me let y'all know the remix by Lloyd. I'm way past gone. I don't know the words, but I could see that happening.
Number 8, we've got Sorry by Rick Ross.
With Chris Brown?
No? Okay. Well, we're very mixed.
Unless y'all
we're a
want like
no-go on this.
I mean, it depends on the level. If you want like something that's very intense and something that's really like maybe like BDM and stuff, then okay. But if
Okay.
you want just the romance and the love and the seduction and foreplay, no.
Okay.
I
Alrighty.
don't see that either.
We're going to go number 7, Crew Love, Drake. The ladies love him.
We don't want to love the crew though. No.
Loving the crew.
No.
I don't get the Drake thing, but that's just me. And then we have LSD, but that S is a money sign by A$AP Rocky. Is
I
that
haven't. I
no?
don't know that song.
I think I've heard it.
Okay.
It looks familiar.
Love, sex, drugs.
Probably something around there.
I don't want to be high.
I'm sorry. Number 5, we've got Lotus Flower Bomb featuring
yes.
Miguel Whale.
Yeah,
Okay,
we can do Lotus
final
Flower
one.
Bomb.
We have one that
By
the ladies
Wale.
approve of.
Wale.
Number 4, we have Or Nah, featuring The Weeknd, Wiz Khalifa, and DJ Mustard, Taquaila Jackson.
That's like if it's a fun night and we just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only song I've known so far. The Morning from The Weeknd.
I don't listen to The Weeknd.
He sounds like a dolphin singing.
Oh
It's
my
just like,
gosh.
and I'm like, wait. And every girl I talk to is like, oh, drop my panties. I love The Weeknd.
like
and I'm
you.
like, what? And he's just like, and his hair. I'm just not a fan. Number 2, we've got Marvin's Room, Drake. Who's Marvin?
Who made
I
this
remember
list?
that.
Spotify. It's an official list.
Sometimes
Because of
Spotify
viewers
has
and
good
maybe their
playlists.
playlist?
Yes, because yeah.
I don't have friends. I don't know.
But then how do
that.
they know that people are having sex to these songs?
That's
Did they
what-
ask
maybe
them?
you have maybe your playlist is titled sex
Yeah,
music.
sex songs that I'm
sex
gonna have
list
sex
or
to.
something. Yeah.
Oh, hopefully mom doesn't find that one.
What
and
about
then,
Nobody, baby?
But that's that keeps sweat. I don't think people listen to that no more. Like that's the music that I was looking for. On the
That's
list.
what I was
why,
looking
but
for.
I'm lost with J. Cole and Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Rick
probably
Ross.
not-
I would kind of be offended. Like, you don't like me that much, huh?
you're probably not gonna like number
Not
one
the way I
then.
want you to. At least.
Don't by Bryson Tiller.
Don't.
I mean,
Oh, she likes it. Could you get down to that?
song,
No.
But
No.
no, that was number 1.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm so sorry, Spotify disappointed here, ladies.
I mean,
That was
that
number one?
list should have been like, you want to do a dance, you want to make out a play, you want to get on the pole for your mood,
Yeah,
have fun,
yeah.
like that type of list.
That's
I
right,
don't know
yeah.
about having
more
sex
Cardi
to those
B,
songs.
right?
No.
No,
Cardi
no.
B.
Just do
No,
people
not
not have
for
sex?
me.
I've never had
Cardi
sex to
B.
music. I don't think. Like I don't really.
Me
I'm never
either,
like
but I
turn
would
on
like
them
to."
tunes, boy. Like what? Like that's kind of awkward. I don't know.
Go put my favorite record on.
Yeah,
Mom.
go get my music.
Okay, but
I think Lily hit it off great then, though, with hers.
Lily,
Yes, yeah,
Lily
she,
did.
She
that
switched it up.
dance that
She had the little jazzy,
Yeah, I
right?
was thinking there was so much music in this episode that I should do that, but so sorry to disappoint my
Right.
ladies with the. But there
Right.
it was. The
It's just
top
okay,
10.
let
different
us
levels
get
of romance.
into the news segment.
Yes.
Yes. So, of course, let's do a round of applause, definitely, since sex education has been renewed for season 2. Yes, it will be coming back. Filming will begin in spring, it's stated. So we can expect to see them again for season 2, which is great. But a little bit of, I guess, uncanny, different kind of news. So we know if you watch the show, you see a lot of sex scenes and sex acts going on.
Yeah.
And the series creator, Lori Nunn, said there was imperative that they had an intimacy coordinator on the crew during the whole during the whole season. And definitely when parts where they had sexual, they looked like they were having sex on screen.
Right.
Yeah. One of the things that she said, Maeve. Yes, one of the things that Maeve has said about the scene was that they had to come and watch animals' mating rituals, from like slugs to lions, cats,
wow.
and dogs, in order to study body and movement motions. And then the next day, when they met up with the intimacy coordinator for class, they would have to go and replicate the aforementioned rituals on chairs and walls. So when they got into the scene with whatever partner they were or by themselves, it was easier for them to kind of let down their guards and separate the subject matter from their personal lives,
Yeah.
because it was a little uncomfortable for some of them.
Interesting.
And then also we have who was it? Amy is her name. Her actual name is Amy Lou Wood. She said that for her, it kind of like took the mystery away, because she wasn't for sure about how to go about them. And we see her having the most sex and or masturbation sessions in the show. So I thought that was really cool.
Because when I was watching that, I was like, ooh, that had to be awkward to
It
do.
had to be, but let me tell you first, and then I'll get to it.
Okay.
So she said after she rehearsed with the intimacy coordinator, she was like, you know what? She thought it as a dance, like 8 thrusts here, 9 thrusts there, and it became like a dance routine.
Yeah.
So then now I go back to the part where she's wanking off,
Yeah.
and it's like I could see her going in her mind like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Yeah.
and then turning over and doing it like in a
that
dance
makes more
routine.
sense.
She was dancing all over the room.
Oh,
though.
she
I'm
was.
like,
Yeah.
okay.
All over the room, and she had fun. So I thought that was really first of all, kind and appropriate for the series director to have an intimacy coordinator on there. Most of these actors are under the age of 25, our main characters are. So I thought that some of them, this is their first big role too, so to help them move into that comfortable. And then just for someone like me watching, I'm like, how do you prepare? Like, because you don't want to put your own personal life into that scene of how you may, you know, have sex and intercourse and how you interact, but how does that happen in TV and shows? So now we got a little bit of insight.
Wow, that's amazing. Thank you so much for the news. That was some interesting stuff. I'm excited for season 2.
Yes, me too.
These episodes are unfolding into something amazing. Thank you all so much. Thank you for tuning in with us. I'm going to leave my predictions in the comments. So all the viewers, our AfterBuzz family, please do the same. Let us know your predictions for the last episodes as well as for season 2. I'm Imani Jackson. You can follow me at Imani Jack, and you can also find me at MoniJTV.com, where I'm covering everything pop culture.
My name is Katie Thompson. You can follow me everywhere at Little Baby Kates, and make sure to listen to my podcast. See you next Tuesday. We talk everything about sex. You can find that on katiethompson.la.
And I am Taquaila Jackson. You can hang out with me at Taquaila_I am, and on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. for The Good Doctor. Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.